And welcome back, everyone. Well, it's 20 past the hour, or 20 before the hour. Dr. Tracy joins us again. Tulia is keeping her head high here for us. Thank you for joining us. It is that time of the year, springtime rolling around again. And I know the pets are anxious to get outdoors and really roll around, but there's some danger attached to that. Already it's time to start worrying about ticks and fleas. Could you tell us a little bit about, what ticks and fleas are like and what to look out for?
You're exactly right. As we're going outside, so the ticks and the fleas are coming out also. They can be a little confusing to tell apart, but once you've seen one, you know what they are. Ticks tend to attach solely to a dog. You'll find 1, 2, 3. Fleas tend to be smaller. There's multiple, many of them. They tend to accumulate around the back of an animal or around the face. They're both very itchy, but ticks attach to a dog or a cat, and they start sucking blood up, and they'll fill up with a...
Now, when it comes to having your dogs and cats are a concern too, like even though I have indoor cats, it's still a possibility to have these come in, right?
Yes, it is, especially if you do have outdoor cats, they'll bring them directly in. If you have dogs, even yourself, you can transmit, you can bring in ticks. Dogs will bring in fleas, and cats can get them easily.
Itchy just thinking about it. It's inevitable. But now, how can you protect your animal? I mean, there's so many different products out there. I mean, is it better to do the baths, the collars? I mean, how do you get started?
It is very confusing because there are a lot of products out there. There's collars, there's monthly topical products, which I tend to use, and most veterinarians do recommend because it's a once-a-month application. It's not smelly like the collars often are. They're more effective. Some people like to try natural things, which sometimes work, but honestly, if you have a tick or a flea problem, something topical, an in-between-the-shoulder product or a collar tends to work the best.
Okay. Before we head on to the next one, if your dog or cat should get a tick, best way to get it off? I mean, should you pull it, put oil on it? What's the best way to get it off?
Best way usually to get it off is if you have a pair of tweezers and you can really see the small head that's attached. And pull it off that way, and then you can put it in alcohol. That would kill it. They're hard to kill.
Yes, they are. Now, another big concern, especially as we start getting into the warmer weather, especially for dogs, is heartworm. What's that all about?
So heartworm is a disease that's transmitted by mosquitoes. When a mosquito bites your dog or your cat, they could potentially transmit heartworm disease to them, and that's a monthly preventative, an oral one often that you give to your pets to prevent them from contracting it. And it tends to concentrate in the heart and in the lungs, so it can be a deadly disease. So you do a heartworm test usually in the spring, especially on dogs, to make sure they test negative. And another thing that tests for is Lyme disease, which is transmitted by ticks up here.
Okay, and I didn't realize cats could get heartworm too, so I guess I better get my cats in there and get them tested and checked out.
They can. It's not as common, though.
Okay. All right, well, I want to thank you so much for coming in, letting us get ahead and a jump start on what we know is going to be coming our way as pet owners.
It'll be here soon.
All right, thank you again. And again, thank you to Dr. Tracy Nyberg, Thule, who's been laying low but doing a great job and joining us to talk about pet health as we get ready for spring. Another big concern this year, beef prices. And on the way, Ashley Kirkland is live at Views Market in Escanaba to talk a lot about that.